Going into the coaching game without internal confidence is really going to slow down your level of progress with your clients. It's going to hurt their level of confidence in terms of actually being able to implement the information you're asking them to implement. It's going to hurt their long-term success because my coach is not even confident. So if you don't go out with the absolute confidence that your people could not necessarily achieve the full end result of what the biggest and the best and the brightest stars do, but confidence that they can make progress in the area that you're coaching them in, that is what's going to allow them to be great over time. I can tell you from my own experience, I tried to jump out of the gate and be like a E.T. or Tony Robbins or Lisa Nichols, right out the gate. And when I tried doing that right out the gate, my confidence fell flat because I wasn't on a level. So because I wasn't on a level, but I tried to do what they do, I didn't get the results. So that is a big reason why a lot of folks don't have the level of confidence. That's a lot of reason why folks don't get the results that they want to get. And that's the reason why a lot of people just struggle just coming out of the gate trying to really do this for the first time because their coach is not giving them the confidence. And when we don't have confidence as the coach, they're going to have like 10 times as less confidence. The thing was, I'm like, okay, I got the good advice, but I learned very quickly that I didn't, what was losing my confidence was I didn't understand the business behind it. So I said, oh, okay, I feel like I got good advice, but I'm not generating any revenue. And that kind of messed me up for a few years because I really wasn't understanding why I wasn't helping people. And then it clicked. Everything is like a snowball, right? The further you get down the hill, the bigger the snowball gets, meaning the more successful you become. But you got to have a foundation to start with. So what we're getting ready to go through now is what is that foundation that's going to allow everything else to click? What's going to allow your marketing to click, your sales to click, the attraction on social media to come, the likes, the follows, the engagement. All of that is going to be predicated and you'll get it, but it has to start with this piece that we getting ready to. We say, I want to get out and I want to inspire the world. I want to motivate people. I know I want to help people. I want to change lives in 100 different areas. The problem with that is, one, that's very ineffective from a marketing standpoint. But to be real, you cannot, hear me when I tell you, you cannot help people in all areas with everything. It's arrogant to say that. You can't help people with everything. However, you have certain superpowers and you have a certain set of experience that you can help people in certain areas more than others. There's a lot of things that I know a little bit about, but I'm not going out here and marketing myself as that. I'm not going out here and saying I can help people with everything. If it comes up in the conversation or if I can give people advice on it and give them some nuggets on it in the midst of me working with them and helping them, great, but I'm not saying I can help all people with everything. So you gotta really identify who your ideal client is, because when you know who that is, you really know them to the deep core level. Meaning, I know what keeps them up at night. I know what their challenges are. I know what I know what they want. I know what their goals are. Right? I know what their life circumstances are. I know personally what they want to achieve. I know what their family life is like, their family dynamics is like. You know what I mean? You got to really understand them on a deep level. I did a training on YouTube recently, on my YouTube channel, where I talked about the danger of having multiple niches. And I gave an example that basically said there's a difference between you saying that I can help single mothers and the challenges that single mothers go through versus a way more watered down message about I can help people who generally have challenges. You feel what I'm saying? The challenges that a single mother goes through specifically is a lot different than somebody who's just generally going through challenges. And then the second piece to this before we move on is what are you looking to help them achieve? So if you know who you want to help, well, what are you looking to help them achieve though? Like, what is the end goal? And the end goal isn't to be more confident. The end goal isn't to be happier, to be more consistent. Right? The end goal, it has to be something tangible. It has to be something that they can really see is working, because if you say happier, somebody could work with you for X amount of months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, however long they work with you, a year, and not really feel like they've made progress. Coach, how is that possible? I work with them for a year. I help them make progress, right? They can feel like that is because you haven't really identified what their goal was. They haven't identified it. When I'm working with coaches, one of the things they tell me, this is just one area, we have different areas of goals, but one area is the amount of revenue that they want to make. So I know that if they have a certain amount of revenue they want to make, it's very clear. Did you hit your goal? Did you not? Are you on path to that? Are you not? Did you make progress toward that? Didn't you? You were at $0 when we started. Okay. Now you at $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, whatever it is, right? And so there's clear goals. You can clearly see what the goals are. But a lot of times we just know we want to help people, but we don't really know what their goal is because we haven't identified that when we started working with them. Give them a measuring stick. Number 2, give them a measuring stick. What's important about giving them a measuring stick is this. This goes back to the point that I just mentioned, is that how they're going to know that they're making progress. They won't know, right? Even if it's soft skills, right? So you might say, Coach, I don't help people, with business or make money. I really do help people be more consistent. I really do help people, overcome trauma or whatever it is, right? So you have to be able, as a coach, you really got to be able to tie it to things that are tangible. Meaning, if it's trauma, let's say if you work with somebody and helping them identify their triggers and overcome trauma. Well, what does that outcome look like in their life when they're able to overcome it? Right? Maybe they weren't in any relationship. Maybe they weren't going on any dates. So you might look at one area and say, okay, because of the trauma, they kind of shied away from people and they didn't want to go on any dates. Well, maybe after them working with you, while they working with you, they went on 0 dates in the last 6 months, and now they're going on a date a month. Now they're going on a date a week. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just turned something that was more of a intangible, and I moved that, and I was able to show the tangible outcome, the tangible result. But what was the measuring stick? The measuring stick was dates. So the measuring stick could literally be anything, but the whole purpose of the measuring stick is to show people progress. Everybody write that down. Show people progress. It's really key, right? So what's the measuring stick? Is it dates? Is it, social media followers? Is it revenue or money? Is it could literally be anything, whatever you help people with. You know what I mean? Is it, they got the job, they got the promotion, is it pounds lost? Is it muscle mass gained? You feel what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Whatever you help people with is really, really key, that you have some type of measuring stick. Other than that, there's no way you could be a great coach without knowing if your people are making progress. All right. So this is really key. All right. And this is what's going to give you more confidence as a coach and as a person who truly cares about people. How do I create an experience where people could really make massive progress? How can I create a program where people can be put in the best position to win? I always wanted to create that because I've been through so many programs myself, and I was like, and I've had so many coaches myself, and I really just thought, and I said, everybody just has like a certain element missing. And I've been through the biggest ones to, the smallest ones. So I've seen what's out there in terms of what it's like to be coached. And I said, I have to figure out like what is missing. And one of the elements, just one of them, was just these other things, because everybody is not going to have a breakthrough on a call with you. You're going to have some people who they'll take notes with you on a call, but their breakthrough is not going to happen until they get off the call and they thinking about it that night. It's going to be some people who, you give them a worksheet and they're going to write down their notes, and there's going to be certain things that they're thinking through, and they're really going to take the time to think about it. And they don't get it until the next day, or until they writing it down, or until, they write it down and maybe they have a conversation with somebody about it, and now they're more confident. There's going to be, it's going to be some people who, maybe they're on a goal where you speak to them and they just couldn't capture and grasp everything. I've done that many times where the first time I had a conversation with my coach, everything didn't really click the first time until I listened again to the replay like 2-3 times. Whether this is group coaching, one-on-one, whatever kind of coaching, right? Sometimes they got to listen to it over and over and over. And those are just 2 examples. But what I really want you to take away is you don't just rely on your coaching session individually to be the sole influence on helping them gain progress.